My stepsister told her boyfriend she owns my house. Then he showed up drunk demanding keys. I let him in. That was his biggest mistake. My mom died when I was 20. She left me the house. It was small, 3 bedrooms, built in the 70s, needed work, but it was paid off and it was mine. My stepdad Rick married my mom when I was 12. He brought his daughter Tanya into the picture. Tanya is 2 years older than me and has never liked me. Not quiet dislike, loud, constant, in your face. She broke my things, blamed me for everything, and Rick always took her side. Mom tried to keep peace, but it was exhausting. When mom got sick, I moved back home to take care of her. Tanya didn't visit once in 8 months. Rick came by a few times, but mostly stayed at the apartment he'd moved into after the divorce. Yeah, they divorced when I was 16. He still acted like the house was partly his, even though mom got it fully in the settlement. After mom passed, I stayed in the house. I fixed the roof myself. I painted every room. I replaced the back deck with wood I bought on clearance. I put in a new water heater and redid the bathroom tile. Everything with my own hands and my own money. Tanya knew I lived there. She never asked about it, never offered help, never came to the funeral. Then about 4 months ago, I found out through a cousin that Tanya had been telling people the house was hers, not shared, hers. She told her boyfriend Kyle that our mom left it to both of us, but she was letting me stay there temporarily until she figured out what to do with it. She told him it was worth around $280,000. She told him she was planning to sell it and split the money. None of that was true. Not a single word. The house was left to me and only me. The will was clear. The title is in my name. Tanya got nothing because she wasn't mom's daughter and mom didn't leave her anything. Rick got nothing because the divorce settled that years ago. I didn't confront Tanya. I wanted to see how far she'd take it. 3 weeks later, on a Friday night at 11 p.m., someone started pounding on my front door. I opened it and there was Kyle, drunk, red-faced, smelling like a bar floor. He had a duffel bag over his shoulder. He looked past me into the house like he was doing an inspection. Tanya said I could move in. She said this is half her place and she wants me here. I leaned against the doorframe. She said that? Yeah. She said you'd probably make it difficult, but this is her property too, and I have every right to be here. So are you gonna give me a key, or do I have to call her? I smiled. Come on in. He looked surprised. Then he grinned and pushed past me into the living room. He dropped his bag on the couch, kicked off his shoes, and walked to the fridge like he lived there. He grabbed one of my drinks and cracked it open. Nice place. Tanya said it needs updating, but I can do some of that. I sat down at the kitchen table. I pulled out my phone and called the police. Non-emergency line. I said there's a man in my house who I don't know. He forced his way in after I opened the door. He's intoxicated and refusing to leave. Kyle stared at me. What are you doing? I kept talking to the operator. I gave them my address, my name, and told them I was the sole owner of the property. Kyle stood up. Tanya said this is her house. It's not. She lied to you. He pulled out his phone and called Tanya. I could hear her voice through the speaker. She was telling him to calm down, that she'd handle it, that I was being dramatic. I took the phone from his hand. He was too drunk to stop me. Tanya, what? I have the title. I have the will. I have the deed. Your boyfriend just walked into my house uninvited while drunk and told me you gave him permission to move in. The police are on their way. Do you want to keep talking, or do you want to start thinking about what you're going to say to them? She hung up. Kyle was standing in the middle of my living room looking like he just realized where he was. The officers showed up 15 minutes later. I showed them the deed, the title, my ID. Everything matched. Kyle couldn't prove anything. He didn't have a key. He didn't have paperwork. He had a drunk story from a girlfriend who lied to him. They escorted him out. He called Tanya from the sidewalk screaming. I heard every word through my window. You told me you owned this place. You told me we'd live here. You lied to me about everything. What else did you lie about? They broke up that night. Rick called me the next morning. He said Tanya was upset and asked if I could just let it go. I said, Rick,